Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker is happening at UFC 313. Now, who's going to win this fight? Well, what's about who's going to win this fight? Let's take a look at their latest performances, in which Justin Gaethje fought Dustin Poirier for a second time, in which Dustin Poirier rocked Justin Gaethje in round one.
Round one of a possible five. He got stunned. He got stunned.
But then Justin Gaethje knocked out Dustin Poirier with a nasty head kick in round two.
Heard from now, about a minute gone by round two.
Now, after this, Justin Gaethje wanted to fight Max Holloway at UFC 300, in which both started off great until Max Holloway dropped Justin Gaethje in round three. But then Justin Gaethje dropped Max Holloway in round four. But then Max Holloway dropped and knocked out Justin Gaethje in round five. Now let's take a look at Dan Hooker's latest performances, in which he fought Jalen Turner, in which both started off very fast until both got rocked in round two. Dan Hooker then dropped Jalen Turner in round three. And Dan Hooker ended up taking it by decision. Now, after this, Dan Hooker wanted to fight Mateusz Gamrot, in which Mateusz Gamrot rocked Dan Hooker, but then Dan Hooker brought it back, dropped Mateusz Gamrot in round one. Both went back and forth, both landed some great shots, but Dan Hooker ended up taking it by decision. But me personally, I thought Mateusz Gamrot won this fight.
Now, this fight being booked for UFC 13 means that we're going to get a crazy back and forth fight between both men. Both men are going to let it all out. So if we don't get a knockout, we will definitely get rounds of action with both men demonstrating heart and power. And to be honest, both men can win this fight. It's a 50-50 fight with there being slight differences, but it's not like one has something that can allow him to have a huge advantage in this fight. And the thing about this fight is that it means a lot to the winner, because whoever the winner is might be able to get a fight with Arman Tsarukyan, since Dana White said that Arman Tsarukyan is not next for the title, so he has to fight his way back to a title shot. Now, I don't believe either man beat Arman Tsarukyan or even Charles Oliveira, but anyways, let's talk about this fight. Well, I believe that Dan Hooker is going to be very aware of what's coming at him simply because of Justin Gaethje's power, so he's going to be reacting to everything that Justin Gaethje throws. And to be honest, the only way I see Dan Hooker winning this fight is if he keeps his range and he picks his shots wisely. He can't get reckless because he runs the risk of getting clipped and possibly knocked out. So he wants to avoid getting reckless and get into a back and forth dogfight with Justin Gaethje. And as for Justin Gaethje, well, I believe the way he wins this fight is by overwhelming Dan Hooker with his pressure and power. And keep in mind, Dan Hooker got rocked with the head kick by Jalen Turner. So maybe if Justin Gaethje could land a similar shot that he landed on Dustin Poirier, which caused him to get the knockout win, then we might be able to get a similar outcome. But anyways, I got Justin Gaethje winning this fight, as I see him landing the cleaner and more significant shots, and I don't see Dan Hooker being successful with getting anything significant going. So I got Justin Gaethje outworking and outlanding Dan Hooker.